Each of these clearings is a carefully maintained little circle by the ants. Look at this. That one will definitely... Oh, you can see the schiller in it now. Can you see that? Awesome. Farther away. And we're so blessed to be here, be alive, be healthy, and have these scatterings of clouds that are like not too much, but like epically western, big sky, poof clouds, so they move the shadows across the far mountains and in ways that are just really beautiful as they creep along, like the shadows themselves were entities. And then just about the time that you're registering, wow, it's really hot out here, because they're all spaced evenly apart like that, you get this next little shade like we just got, and it drops instantly down, and it's like mana to be surrounded in gemstones, plucking them from the earth in the middle of nowhere. These rounded pebbles speak to me of some Modoc seaway, some interior sea that isn't here anymore, but filled in with stuff like this. But you can see the sharpness taken off of everything. But way back when it was flat, before it got crumpled or started, I guess, collapsing, because this, I guess, is more of a tilt on each fault and then a collapse in front of it. Just trying to read and understand. And then this is the field work part where you walk it and try and think about it, and then we'll take what we've seen and go back and read and try and understand again. And somewhere in there we'll be able to think for ourselves. And there's antelope preserves out here, and these bluffs create these corridors where huge amounts of game have always come through. And if you look around out here and you let your eyes see it, even though this gets so muddy, you see the cracks in the ground here, this gets so muddy that stuff gets kind of, floats around almost. But you see how many sharp edges there are right here to this. This is the closest thing to volcanic glass that a native would be making a tool out of. And do you see this debris field? I mean, it's washed perfectly clean for us, and you can see the sharpness of this and how many pieces are right here. There might even be the mother stone laying right there, and they only come out here, and then you'll see the rest of the stuff has its native or its natural rind on it, and it's really hard for a stone to get broken into all those sharp pieces like that in that small of an area. There's my little scraping tool, by themselves. Okay, if they're tumbling down some river and breaking or being tilled, but even then they would spread apart. So whenever you see that many sharp edges sitting there like that, that means that something made all those break apart and scatter out there. So this is probably the tailings pile of a Native American sitting right there and making some tools while the scouts were out looking for wherever the creatures were. You can see it happening, and then you can wander through and see nothing like that, nothing like that, nothing like that. And this little area of black broken up chips. And I'm sure there's thousands of them out here, because you're looking at just maybe even a few hours in time. This might have just been, I need to rough out some points, or we're having a fire here tonight, so everything's done. In the meantime, let's work on some tips, But you can feel it. It's awesome. It feels good. Sunstones. And we're here gathering up some sunstones together. Thank you for coming with me. Of these ones that we're picking up off the surface, people don't always take a super close look at. And if you do, if you get them wet and turn them different ways in the light, about a quarter of them have some really cool little schiller that pops out in them. And if you polish them, and that really shows through, it's really instantly evident because the roundness of it means that you don't have to get the right angle. So they're fun for that alone. So then you're just trying to look for large clears just off the surface. And if you let yourself relax and do something fun like that, then you're going to keep stumbling on the bigger ones. And ones like that I can tell you have some grain just because of the way it's so straight and square. And you could have turned that up and it could have been really special, as in the more valuable varieties, because they're all around us. And these are another rare, meaning this is the only place you can get them, stone. So, pretty fun. Last time I was here, Olive was less than 1 year old and a toddler in my arms, and so her two older sisters would have been 6 years older, so I must have had like a 7-year-old and then a 9-year-old. And so we were a huge family unit out here, and we drove all the way here. We had one good day of hunting, but mixed up with that is of course all the stuff that goes along with childcare. And these rounded ones can be real special for some reason. I don't know what the difference is, but you can see a lot of these are sharp, and then every once in a while you'll find like this pure nugget. I think it's because they have no fractures left, and they were beaten down from something much larger into this, so they're just the pure cores. And they're good stuff. Little chunk of lava. That's awesome. So are you, little songbird? Keeping me from being alone. Keeps flying like 3 bushes over and singing. Wherever I find around one, I slow way down to. There's other big pures nearby instantly. This is what I was doing last time, very busy, and found some just watermelon heart stuff. Getting far enough out now to where it's only Jack's footprints with us. There's a creek there. I don't know what these are. I kind of like them. Like polished little black stone that's just appearing in these little scattering patches. I feel like gathering up a small little pile of them too because they're individual. They're not obsidian, they're not Apache tubes. They're just little bits of lava that ended up how they did. I like them. Oh yeah. But yeah, we can get in the areas here where it's all larger stone in general. and hunt the larger sunstones out of those deposits. I think that that's a good thing. Well, I have walked this way out here, relatively, and they're a little bit sparse suddenly, but I'm getting bigger shape. There's the truck. And the mine's over here, plugging away. We're gathering up a fairly big batch though. So, don't worry, the bag is filling up. It's hard to pick where to go. There are people that have parked all the way out there and have operations and stuff, so it's really hard to pick. But I'm getting some alright size ones out of here. Oh, I just saw another one. Yeah, they're good stones. Never know when we're gonna happen upon something with some color. So that's been skipped. Oh. Wow. It must look like fluting marks on that. Whoa. No way. I think my trip might have just got made. I know it's small, but that's a red schiller. You see that? Allow me to put some forehead sweat on this. It's not only schiller, but it's red. It's his heart of the desert red. Wow, do you see that? So that's why they're called sunstones, is because the orange and coppers and watermelons and of their schiller instead of the blue of moonstone. But these are a reddish colored labradorite. Same thing. And this one, you can see how red that is. This one is red. This is that's a money stone. Right there. You still see through from some angles. But then from other angles, just like moonstone, that schiller comes out. This is my ecstatic voice, in case you haven't seen me find something incredible. I get kind of speechless and quiet. Over at the mines, they have dug down with tractors to layers where they're pulling big ones of these out of the walls all the time. So that's what's going on out here. But we are surface hunting in the public areas. And that is a lucky thing to find right there. Beautiful. Yay. Yay. Wow. So you get the smiley face circle. Right there. Man, my truck's a long ways away. Wow. Gosh. It's incredible. I love the shape on that. A little heart of the desert. I was just standing here and I thought I heard voices. And you see how still all these bushes are? It must have been a whirlwind with no dirt or dust in it. There was only about a foot, 3 foot wide, 4 foot wide. It was only moving 5 bushes at a time. And it came through here and it went out that way into those tall trees. That was crazy. We're gonna follow it. Our truck is back towards that pointy peak. That's all that I know. We're gonna look here real quick, but then we're gonna go quickly on in that direction. It moved by me. It came through the bushes. See how wide this is? It came through all of this out of wherever and came to where I was and hit me and lifted my hat off my head and blew through and then moved the bushes in a tight little pattern out that way. That was crazy. That was crazy. There's no sunstones out here, really. We're gonna go ahead and walk this line there because it literally went to where there's. It's the first bushes I've seen tall enough to maybe stand under too. We're doing it. Uh-oh. Body hole? Let's hope not. This was somebody trying to get down to where the big ones are located down there. I don't see any in the tailings. I don't see any in the tailings. I do think we'll keep this little slab of, ooh. No, I think we're gonna take that right there. That's a kind of a green hue. Just because I'd like to know. Well, this is where the dust devil led us to. These are the biggest bushes around. And there's little, very pure pieces. And I can see a lot of schiller in them. Kind of pink orange on this area. I'm very curious about them. How far out am I? I can't film the truck anymore. That's not us, that's the campers. I think we're hidden by the ridge. We're way out here, folks. Now that definitely looks like a little worked edge on there. Let the ants keep that one safe. I think those are pretty good to go and sit you up here. They're not getting chipped up, broken up. Whew. I think we need to go back to the truck. It's time for lunch and water and hydration, and then we'll take an evening sortie that will be another video most likely. Coming back. So we brought very light provisions. I have nothing left. We should go. And we are way out of sight. So, hey. Okay. This came out to a road. It's only funny because the truck's like a mile that way. Somehow we walked by this. This is what I was hoping to find, but I guess it does a circle here. And I must have walked through there. See? I win. Survived again. There's my little white truck off in the distance. Yay! There's ice water in there. These little cubes of pure are good to find. There will be one angle that has the shiller to them, and when you see that, it means that somebody else might not have very carefully hunted that area. So be sure that you stop, kneel down like I'm doing now into the 100-degree sand, and give it a good look around. Nice size stones. We have to go hydrate at the truck, and then we're gonna get back on it. But we'll put these in water real quick and give a dabble through. And look at what they look like with their shimmer and their shine on. Just going over each one of these little ant mountains. Those are all the tailings that they've brought out. So their little hands carrying each one of these little pebbles and throwing them out from their excavations underneath the ground. But they also strip the whole area around them and leave a lot of minerals exposed. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Awesome. So this is the spot that we're coming back to after break. Okay. There's our little, that's the bag I brought with me. We filled that up. There's our little hole. I just put water on it. Now we'll start actually cleaning up. Sunstones. Awesome, right? And you can see just by going like this, the shiller, it starts to pop out in some of them. Can you see that? Clear one way, pretend shiller's the other. There it is. There's more obvious ones like that one. Those are see-through, but when you turn them to a certain point, they reflect back like a blue. And there are many little inclusions in different shades. Sunstones. Just taking a little break. Got my air mat out, sleeping bag down on it, fully stretched out. Got the water on board, food, got my salt, my water. I'm taking a siesta. The Burning Man playa is out there. A couple rolls over. The wind is picking up for the evening. It's about 2 in the afternoon. Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button below. Helps the quest for details grow. I appreciate the support. And if you double click the bell icon next to it, you'll get a notification each time we put out a new video.